Greetings. I never knew it was gonna come to my face. So this is Aurora, my new creation, and I'm here at the Days Inn, and I got some reveals regarding my identity theft situation. So apparently, it was my father, my birth father, Nicholas Tabrawi, who ordered Tatiana Kristina Pushkina to go to Shasta Inn and fuck Jonah Terry under my name, Dima Tabrawi, and that's how I revealed Aurora to Miguel Lamboy. And then they got rid of me because my dad had ordered for me to be replaced. Now, little did they know, Miguel Lamboy thought I was going to just come to the island. And what happened was my lawyer in Florida, Donna Scarlatelli, once she found out that I was getting my insurance worth from my father, said they were ready for my citizenship. So I applied for Aurora Diamond Rainbow, and in Staples they kept copies of everything that I sent her. And then October 5, 2017, they had my biometrics in Charleston. That's when they also had hired with the FBI Cristal Cordoba to be messing with Stephen Thompson, and she stole my identity for October 6th, Dima Tabrawi for Aurora Diamond Rainbow, and then Tatiana Pushkina with the Jewish Russians and my dad stole my October 5 homeless application that the FBI had began when I ran away from the island and I started to go as Aura Morningstar in Florida. So after Florida, when I went to Vegas and refused to leave the United States and then went to LA, the FBI opened for me Aurora like Morningstar for Dima Tabrawi October 5. Now behind my back without my consent, because nobody told me that Stephen Thompson had stolen Aurora October 6 or a Diamond Rainbow for Cristal Cordoba. So then next thing you know, when I went to Miami next, Tatiana Pushkina and Jonah Terry kept robbing me before I went to the cops and everything. And now, when I was almost going to book to North Carolina to go towards Russell Pearson, the devil, Jonah Terry showed back up in my life with someone called official manager for Tatiana Kristina Pushkina. And they both asked me to marry them, and they started to forward funds for me through Wells Fargo after my Bank of America got closed when I changed my password to GodRuss666. The FBI took it from me and gave it up and away to someone else. So, very possibly Amber Don Galarja, who's with Andrew Ryan Pravacci, and that's the FBI. And Amber is like my complete clone, apparently. So she cloned my hair and my lifestyle, and she just really wants to be me. While she also wants Aurora, motherofnewcreation.com, while Cristal Cordoba stole Dima Tabrawi October 6 Aurora Diamond Rainbow, and Tatiana stole Dima Tabrawi October 5 for Aurora Morningstar. And now they think that if I go towards Russ, I'm not going to be Aurora, which is good for my dad because he signed a contract to never let me be Aurora. As I told you, my childhood abuse was all based on my dad forbidding me to say my name. It was like, no, you're Mia, no, you're Dina, no, you're Dima. And I would say, no, I'm Aurora. But it was not permitted for me to ever be who I am. So when I finally told Miguel Lamboy, I trusted him enough because some people in the Reading airplane on my way to Shasta looked in my eyes and started to cry. And they said, we hope that whoever this Miguel is, Archangel Michael, is better than your dad. Well, he is. I mean, anyone is better than my dad. Even the devil is better than my dad at this point. And I told this to my dad today, but then now I had a dream. My dad called me, and I was with my best friends from childhood, Mark Haj and another guy. And I couldn't talk to my dad, like, I just couldn't. So I gave the phone to Mark, and he spoke to my dad, and my dad was saying that he adores me. And in the dream also, like, I was always being attacked by very dark demons. Like, a dark demon would just come to my chest and I couldn't talk anymore. And then other dark demons would just keep attacking me, and I couldn't talk in my dream. And it was Mark, and I'm not really sure who the other guy was. But we were in a room, and we were in Big where I last, you know, didn't sleep at my dad's house in my last visit in 2015, going to 2016, when Archangel Michael called me to my dad's house. And one night I went to Big to, it's the place where they have the Christian white sect called like the Jaja people. They're like the Phalange, like Jmail. And I was in the house of a guy called Christian, and the guy just celebrated me and said, "Aren't you happy now that you met me? You're finally safe." And he said he wanted my baby, and that he wanted me to like leave the baby in Lebanon and come back to the United States alone. And that was really scary. So I ran to the United States, and of course I never got pregnant by him. And then I went to I left my house at Broad Creek Landing, and I was supposed to go to Shasta, but Carlston told me they weren't ready for me, so I moved to the Red Roof Inn. And in the Red Roof Inn I spoke to Christian in Beirut, and he told me to go become brown hair, and I did. I went to Whole Foods and I bought a pot brown, and I just did it, and then I took pictures with Forsyth, and it's all documented. And now they're trying to harass me here in Carolina, like, we're not holding you hostage, you can very well leave, you skank. And like today I found out that they call Britney Spears a skank too. Like, this is the whole Ohio Louisiana thing, and Britney Spears is from Louisiana, so now they're like, all the Hollywood world's making parallels with me and everyone, of course, because I'm Mother of New Creation. And Russell couldn't call me New Creation because that means Jesus, and obviously, he's from like probably Judaistic origins slash, probably from the same beings as David, who really don't really like Jesus. And I'm booked to North Carolina tonight, and I arrived there on my parents' wedding anniversary. And I believe that, like, as soon as I started to talk to Jonah again at the Red Roof Inn, my cousins from Brazil started to call me again. And they told me that my other cousin was going to marry a girl from Denmark, which is like Dan Erlacher and Marco from Fruitvale. So he's marrying that broad, and she's black hair. And then I got guidance to go get like a hair color, and I got it black. But the guy at CVS charged me $3, so like it's the whole third party situation again. And I just couldn't do it. So I went and I couldn't even get blonde anymore because this is very confusing. And all I've always wanted was to just be me. And I really don't care about what agreement my dad signed with Palestine or with Zion or with the fake Israel. And I don't care how much they used me since I'm born to create like insurance and medical industries and beyond. I can't tolerate it anymore, nor can I tolerate the games. And I can't live this way anymore. It's very simple. And so I just was very honest with Russell Pearson last night, and I was reading the gospel, and like the name Jonah came to my face, and then Jonah's in the gospel, Andrew's in the gospel, Michael's in the gospel, Stephen's in the gospel. The only guy who isn't is Russell. And David, of course, is the Torah. Well, Russell has no religion after him or anything. So I thought that, like, with Russell, I could be free to be me. And he sent me an invite again in the middle of the night, because in North Carolina, it's the town of Pepsi. While all my photos in Miami last season were with Coca-Cola, and then I had to face Jonah and tell him that, like, all he's ever done was tell me that I had to leave Florida because he couldn't come meet me there, and if he met me there, he'd get arrested. And now he's based in Florida with Tatiana Pushkina, who both tried to marry me, but instead forwarded funds to me to send it back to them. And now they're trying to say that I stole $20,000 from them. Well, now today he told me that in the check there was only $500, but they just made it for $20,000. And he's like, you stole $500 from us, and you know, la 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 la, which I didn't do, and Wells Fargo told me they didn't do. And so, no Amber Dawn Galardia, no Brendan Irvin, no Alabama, no Stephen Thompson, no Cristal Cordoba. You're not allowed to give sessions in my name. You're not allowed to open aromathinutrition.com here, or lovejima.com, as a matter of fact, because William Hoisington, you're not allowed to use me to back up Louisiana and pay me $500 for a website that I really didn't ask for, like you forced upon me, but it's still my work and nobody's allowed to steal from me. Under the Jesus umbrella and with the help of the Catholic Church and with the help of Resurrection Church, because trust me, Jesus is real and he will burn you all. Like he will burn my father and brother, which he did for trying to also participate with the Freemasons in helping Jonah in my identity theft, hoping that I'd like leave America, go to Brazil or go to them. But now it's too late for everyone. So now they were hoping to come here probably, or some other place. However, I'm not gonna like save them. Like they have to ask for salvation from God at this point. And I am goddess, and Russell saw me for face value, a first thing, and I know that it was love, and it is still love, and you know, I forgive everybody, and I, you know, send my regards to Byblos, because Mark Haj has a hotel in Byblos where the Phoenicians created the first alphabet and the letter 0. Byblos-sur-Mer is my best friend's hotel. And he's like, we went to Brazil, Mark and I together, with his friend, with his brother JP. He has triplet brothers, Mark Haj does, and Mark Haj is Snake Eye 4 since always. And he went with Christelle first, and I also salute all my childhood friends from Zahi to Naji, to even George. And thanks for helping me out of this mess, everyone. Because my name is Goddamn Aurora, and I'm done wearing masks, and I'm done endorsing any of this shit. And Tatiana's not allowed to be me, nor is Cristal, nor is Amber allowed to torture me anymore or copy me, nor is the police allowed to torture me anymore, because this is not going to be well at all.